And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. Are you a patriot? Are you somebody who loves America? And are you somebody who is interested in conspiracy theories? Well, stay tuned, because we're talking about some great patriotic cigars and conspiracy theories all next with this guy on the Zeal Cigar Review. Give me one conspiracy theory that's been proven true. We know it's all just a ploy from the right to get us sidetracked from the reality that Joe Biden's doing such a great job.
But if it comes true, is it a conspiracy theory anymore?
No, it's not. It isn't. So what's come true? What is it? Just give me one, Justin. You're such a conspiracy theorist.
What do you think is a conspiracy theory? Because everybody's
like there's an island somewhere with a bunch of pedophiles somewhere.
Oh, well, that's not a conspiracy anymore.
That's right, it isn't. Now, here's the question for you. What conspiracy theories are out there that you love to smoke a good cigar to and just listen about? Drop a comment below, because we want to hear what your favorite conspiracy theories are in the comment section below. But conspiracy theories aside, are we smoking some great patriotic cigars today or not?
We're going to find out.
We are going to find out. Here's the reality. We have a manufacturer that we work with quite frequently, correct?
I would say we do.
That manufacturer found some old stock of a cigar we used to actually smoke a lot, right?
We had a lot of these.
This is the one cigar that I smoked and paired with coffee that I thought was better than any cigar that I've ever had with coffee. And the cigar is called?
The Patriot Dream.
Patriot Dreams. When you're dreaming of better patriotic times, this is a cigar you smoked. First off, I want you to see the yellow cello. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's pretty brown, isn't it?
It's hard to see, but there's a
yellow twinge to it. Yeah, there you go. You can see yours much better. Yeah, I guess if you do that, you can see it a little bit better.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but it's there.
These obviously have some age on them, and I wonder how different they are with age. But you know what I got to do in order to find out? We got to cut, light, and
smoke. Well, these are at least 3 years old.
If not 4. Yeah, if not 4 or 5. If not 6 or 7. If not 10 to 12. Probably most like 3 to 4. Of the conspiracy theories that are widely known out there, I mean, can you call UFOs conspiracy theory anymore?
No.
You can't? Is that because Congress is like, people are testifying in front of Congress about it?
No, I think that there's too many categories of UFOs, right?
Right. So what are the categories of UFOs?
Well, I mean, you have aircraft that, could be tested. You could have things that just fly into the atmosphere and catch on fire. You have missiles, you have drones, there's a lot of shit flying around, man. There was a guy that said back in the 90s that we were going to see a huge influx in those things at one time, and he said it's going to roll like a snowball. He said basically it's going to start. You're going to start seeing a ton of stuff about UFOs and extraterrestrial beings, and it's going to come really fast and really heavy, and I think we're seeing that.
I do too. It's been, particularly the last 10 years, there's been a tremendous amount of influx with the sightings and everything like that. I think the biggest release about the UFO thing, or UAB, whatever, they're trying to rename it. If you cut that, trying to rename it to kind of make it a little more politically correct, like everything out there. But
that was kind of my joke with there's a lot of different UFOs.
I know, yeah. Don't assume the gender of the UFOs.
And the other thing about it is like a lot of people don't know, but a lot of the most famous sightings that are listed in like intelligence documents all happen over water.
Oh yeah,
like with the naval vessels and things like that.
You were telling me that, and I will say this for the record: JB is much more of a educated man on this subject than I am. Although I like to consider myself pretty educated, but JB schools me every time when I'm like, "Hey, what about this?" And he's like, "Well, you see," and gives me an algebraic problem to solve.
Well, it's like what I say when you first started getting into chat, when you started doing like chat GPT, the first thing I said to you was like, dude, you don't know what you're feeding.
JB basically saw the movie Megan a few times and freaked out on it.
I've never seen that.
I did. It was a crazy movie.
I'm more thinking iRobot right now, dude. That's 2035 ain't that far away, dude. 2032.
Did that take place in that?
Yeah, dude.
Kind of crazy, guys. Kind of crazy. But what do you think about the cigar at first light, man? I'm in the kind of the first inch here, or maybe half inch, and it's pretty good so far. It's got a nice, robust woodiness, some creamy cedar to it as well. Not much on the pepper, for sure.
Very light and creamy. There was a light grassiness at the beginning when I lit it up. It's probably a lot smoother than it was originally after the age.
It's very, very creamy. Oh, extraordinarily creamy. Yeah, very pronounced cedar. I got very pronounced cedar on the retrohale with a slight bit of pepper that's like at a 3. Okay, out of 10. So it's not much, but you could taste it on the retrohale just a little bit.
I would say it's more of a cinnamon.
Maybe not cinnamon, maybe nutmeg. I get more nuttiness. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe a little bit of nuttiness if you would.
I could deal with that.
Yeah, maybe a little more nutty. I really like it though. It's very, very enjoyable.
I remembered it being a lot more nutty the first time though. And I don't feel like it's as nutty. It might even be a little bit more woody, like you said, like with the cedar.
Yeah, creamy cedar. I get that out of this. Absolutely. And these are Toro 6x50s, but they're genuinely just delicious. Again, pairing it with coffee is absolutely astounding and very, very good. So what other conspiracy theories do you think are valid, if you would? So if we're into Patriot dreams and conspiracy theories, which ones do you think are semi-valid or have been proven valid?
Dude, giants, dude.
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
Think Bigfoot's real?
I think that if giants are real, Bigfoot has to be real in some capacity.
Yes, I would agree. I'd agree. So do you think Bigfoot's real? Drop a comment below. Think it's fake? I don't know.
I don't know if he jumps through portals or anything, but he might definitely be lurking out there in some caves.
Okay, so you're talking about the big portal thing, right? You're talking about portals. Okay, first off, this is the one I think is not real whatsoever. So everybody understands. I know there's a dude on the internet with some YouTube video about a portal. It all looks CGI'd. I don't believe portals exist, although I do think multi-dimensions do. Not multiverses, like Spider-Man, but multi-dimensions for sure. But like, I don't know. You think portals exist? Is that what you think?
No, I just
Okay.
there's a theory that Bigfoot gets from national park to like national park through these portals that the government has hidden inside the national parks, and that's why they're national parks.
I've never heard that before. That's awesome.
You don't dig as deep as I do.
I don't, dude. You dig deep. Like you're in the rabbit hole for days. I know.
Dude, Alice in Wonderland ain't got shit on me, dude. She follows a little white hair down, dude. I follow a Flemish giant down there, bro. Somebody will understand that. Some hillbilly knows what kind of rabbit I just said.
How is the cigar developing for you?
It's really good, man. It's really mild, very light, way more woody than I remember.
It's got a generous amount of cream. It is very light. It's not very peppery. It's very light, very creamy, very smooth. Thing that does surprise me about it a little bit, it basically has 3 notes to it. I don't have a tremendous amount of change in those notes, but they're kind of prominent throughout the cigar. I got a creaminess, a nice woodiness, and a nuttiness. But paired with coffee, it is absolutely delicious. It makes it very, very hazelnutish, if you would, just regular black coffee.
Yeah, it's pretty light. It would be definitely a first smoke approved, morning smoke.
Absolutely. And you can see, I mean, the construction on it's pretty good as well. The burn's going very, very well as well.
That nutmeggy, cinnamony, spicy.
Nutmeg is a good way of putting it. Yeah, I know what you say when you say cinnamon. I think of it more as nutmeg. Probably because that nuttiness kind of overwhelms it a little bit.
I guess I've never ate nutmeg on its own, so I don't know if it has that same kind of sweetish that sweet twinge that cinnamon does.
Yeah, it does.
Because I eat cinnamon sticks on the regular. I chew on them at home.
Okay. Well, nutmeg is. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to a coffee house where they have nutmeg you can sprinkle on your coffee.
I drink my coffee black. We go over this.
Okay, so if you're out there like me and you put things in your coffee, I don't have any in my coffee today because of the stupid diet I'm on. But this idea of putting like nutmeg on your coffee, you can actually taste it tastes a little cinnamonish, but it's more nutty.
Okay,
it's like a more nutty cinnamon. But I think that's a good balance. Of what you're saying.
No, yeah. I can see that. Yeah, 100%. This is a big one right now.
Let's go. Here we go.
So there's 2 people that this became pretty popular with.
Okay.
As far as celebrities dying and being cloned, or being finding somebody that looks just like them and pushing them into their role. So one of them was Paul McCartney from the Beatles. There's a huge Paul is dead conspiracy that'll blow your mind. Down to the point of the Beatles would even put certain things on the album covers. There was always a fist above, or a hand above this above Paul in a lot of the album covers. In Abbey Road, Paul has his shoes off and his socks off, and he's the only one walking out of step, and he's the only one that's not dressed the same as the other guys. In Sgt. Pepper, in the album, when they're in front of the bushes, it says something about a lie in the flowers. Something about it's all a lie.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's and then there's all the theories about if you play the records backwards, you hear things like, Paul's dead, man. But I mean, they do that stuff for giggles. But yeah, there was a car accident that Paul McCartney was in, and there's allegedly the theory is that he actually died, but without Paul, there was no Beatles.
Absolutely.
So
he is the Beatles.
So they had a look-alike contest that they held years before, and had found a look-alike for Paul. And there's rumors that they coerced this guy into becoming Paul McCartney. Essentially.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about that conspiracy theory?
The other
is
one's
Paul
Avril
dead?
Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne?
Avril Lavigne is the other one, bro.
You mean like, hey, you, I don't like your boyfriend. That Avril Lavigne?
He was a skater boy.
Yeah, that one.
I think that's the same artist. I don't know.
Okay, yeah,
But
yeah.
Avril Lavigne.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a big theory. I don't remember the whole story with her, but there was a theory that she had died in some sort of an accident, and her management had already found a double for her that they had on staff for other things, and they just moved this double into becoming Avril Lavigne and taking her life on. There's a lady right now, a big actress, and her name is just skipping me right now. Quinta would know. That's why.
Quinta!
Who's the movie star exposing the Hollywood cloning right now? Monique, that's right.
Monique.
Yeah, so Monique is actually like kind of talking about how
We're talking about conspiracy
Hollywood
theories. Come here. Quentin knows everything. We don't know anything. Just so everybody understands. So who is it again? Monique. And Monique, you smell good too.
Thank you.
And Monique has is that like an actress or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was on The Parkers.
Oh, okay.
It was a
Okay.
TV show on BET.
Okay.
Is she on a talk show right now? Like a big talk show?
I don't believe so. She
No?
just did a interview with Roseanne Barr. I highly recommend that everybody watch it.
Okay. Okay.
With old Auntie Roseanne? Yeah, she's like kind of exposing Hollywood for like actually trying to attempt to clone celebrities and things like that in the event that something like that happens or they don't want to cooperate, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So those are some other theories, right?
Okay. Okay. Before we figure out what our final thoughts on the cigar is.
The moon landing, bro. That's probably one of my favorite ones, bro.
That we never really went to the moon?
Yeah, well, not only that, but like there's so much more that ties into it about like the radiation field that's supposedly between Earth and getting outside of our atmosphere, essentially, right? There's like a radiation field that they talk about. There's, we've never been back to the moon, and there's theories on like there are bases that were pictured and photographed on the moon that were buried and edited.
That's kind of crazy because I heard that, and not heard it, but I heard like reliable sources were saying that like the guys have been in the moon have said they've seen something on the moon. Which is kind of crazy. Like, we're not the very first ones to be there.
Not just them. Rovers have seen stuff.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. So, and some of these movies, it's interesting, like, when you hear these conspiracy theories, it's like Hollywood, which is highly influenced by the government. If you don't believe that, that's a conspiracy theory that's been proven true. Makes these, like, Dark Side of the Moon movies and so on and so forth, just to, like, normalize all this kind of stuff. So, it's really kind of creepy and crazy.
Well, here's the other thing about it, right? Think about the whole, like, comic Superman. Watches the world from the dark side of the moon. What if there was somebody on the moon that had Nephilim, something like that, some sort of extra power that maybe normal human beings don't possess, but they live on the dark side of the moon? Maybe Superman's real, bro. Maybe he's out there. Maybe he's my cousin.
Do you want to hear... Alex is Superman. Clark Kent. If you know that video, you know. It's ironic that you're telling me that because for no apparent reason at all, I watched Christopher Reeve's last Superman last night.
Really?
The very last one, yeah, that he did.
You know, if anybody wants a good channel to watch, they're blowing up right now on YouTube. It's called The Y-Files.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, expert.
He's a very good, he's very fair.
He used to be a radio host, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought he was maybe like a detective or some investigative police officer.
Yes.
But the dude is good. His research is incredible. He plays both sides.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
debunk what he can debunk with information that he can give.
And at the end, he's very fair about his assessment, which I really like that. Like, I don't know.
It.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know, or he's like, this. It's already been debunked before.
That channel's incredible.
It's a very good channel.
If you're a conspiracy theories junkie and you like to learn and hear about this stuff, the dude puts a lot of facts up there that actually will unfortunately debunk some stuff.
Absolutely. Well, let's finish off by talking about what isn't necessarily a conspiracy, and that is this cigar blend. Tell me what you think about at the very end of the cigar. We're kind of in the final third, if you would. What do you think?
It stays pretty consistent throughout. I'd say the middle gets a little bit sweeter and creamier, but for the most part, it stays really consistent.
Yeah, the one thing I really do like about it, the presentation is good, the smoke is good, the draw's easy, the absolute smoke output is tremendous on the cigar. It's a lot of smoke for what you get, particularly in a Habano.
Yeah.
Habanos typically don't produce this much smoke, more of that's in Maduros.
Okay.
And so I really like the output. I also really do like the flavor. And so the flavor is a big winner for me. But overall, dude, yeah, this is every Patriot's dream, man. Have you ever had the Patriot dreams before? If you had, drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts on that. And what's your favorite conspiracy theory that might just be fact? Drop a comment below. As for the Zeal Cigar Review, I've been Bradley, this has been JB, and we are out of here like what?
Last year.
Peace.